Hi, was that it?
That's it. That's it. We're up. Hi, everybody.
Hi, hello, good evening, and welcome to the Initiative Order. I am Miguel, your GM for the evening. My pronouns are they, he. For now, it's something ever evolving. Welcome again, everybody. This is episode 3. We are very stoked to have you here along with us. I'll be GMing this game of Root, the TTRPG, which, for those unfamiliar, is based on a board game of a same and similar name, Root, a game of woodland might. Think cool, fun strategy, take over the map game with fun little creatures, cats and birds and squirrels and foxes and mice, the usual. Joining me this evening are going to be 3 of our awesome players. Unfortunately, we can't all be here tonight, but that's life. Things happen. We roll, we adjust. We're here. Let's go ahead and meet who we have here tonight. So go ahead and players, please tell us who you are, who you're playing, and a fun fact about your character, if you like. No pressure. Let's go ahead and start with Christian, aka Blitz.
Jeez. Oh,
I know,
man.
off the bat.
Off the bat, I have to look up a fun fact about my character real quick. And when I look up a fun fact about my character, it's a fun fact about ornate hawk eagles. But hi, my name is Christian, aka Fluffy Goomba. On several socials, you can find me on places like Roll for Dylan. That's ROLL4DYLAN for Vampire the Masquerade's Darkness Over New Orleans on Thursdays. You can also find me on Sundays at 8 p.m. EST on Total Party Kiss, Tragedy of Theologian, Greek Myth Inspired 5e campaign. Fun fact about Blitz, my character, pronouns he, him. They apparently can get up to be 22 to 27 inches. I think right now he's like the 22 mark. He's just a boy going to a man as he stabs a man soon, hopefully, if I roll correctly.
Are we talking torso or wingspan?
I think torso.
No, let's put you on the spot.
Yeah,
like beak to tail, maybe?
Wingspan is 3 feet 10 to 4 foot 8.
Sick.
Yeah,
it's almost as tall as I am. Almost, right? Cool, awesome. We're always happy to see Blitz. Let's roll on down to Felix Faustus.
I am Isabel. My pronouns are whatever you like, all of them. They're all good. And I am playing Felix Faustus, whose pronouns are he, they. Felix is a, what is the name of his play? Like, he's a thief. He's my little miscreant. Fun fact about Felix. I'm going to go with a fact about Felix's relationship to Blitz's parents, since that feels relevant. Felix met the Lombardis at a very dark time in his life when he was just a scrounging, desperate vagabond alone in the woods, not trusting of anyone. And he actually stole from them. And they but he just stole like some supplies from them, and they ended up giving those supplies to him, letting him keep them even after he was caught, and then taking him in and offering a deal where I think they framed it as a deal so that Felix would feel like he wasn't a charity case, even though that's what it was kindness. And so they were like, we could use your sneaking and thieving skills. How do you like to do some good with that and earn some of that food back? So that is why Felix is so ready to kill Larry, but also very, very worried about Blitz. So that's where we are.
It's a lot of feelings,
a lot of feelings for Felix today.
Oh, Larry, what if he just really wants to be y'all's friends? That's not true. He doesn't.
But what if?
And last but not least, our very own Rankle Razortooth, aka Nate. How are you this evening?
I'm fantastic. Thank you for asking. Super excited to be back with this wonderful group in the forest. As Miguel said, I am Nate, he, him pronouns, as are my boys Rankle Razortooth, also he, him. He is a little mouse ranger. We're just cruising along. Old grumpy bastard, but you know, he's doing his thing. Fun fact about Rankle. He is a direct descendant of Julius Caesar, first mouse ruler.
I have to make a note real quick.
Okay, Rankle.
Don't mind me. I
love.
have to lay down some NPC lore here. Julius
Just
Caesar.
creating some canon real quick.
Yeah, that's what we're
here for.
That's what I live for. I love the shared canon all day. Julius Caesar. First of his name.
So if you ever do like a campaign back in the day, yeah, right there.
Oh my gosh.
Missing since immemorial. Oh, yeah. Never mind. Maybe he had a fancy sword that anyone who reclaims it can claim rulership of the woodland. Questions not asked. But it's been lost.
Oh my god. Rankle is Aragorn, you guys.
Más o menos. Yeah, awesome. Thank you. No, that's beautiful. So where were we? Last time, our lovable vagabonds were chasing down leads regarding some missing denizens in the clearing of Gramble's log, which is where the majority of our action has taken place. One thing led to another, and they found themselves, we would say, out in the wilderness. You know, you got a hot lead on a fox named Larry, who isn't the best person in the world, maybe part of a crew responsible for the death of Blitz's parents, and maybe in possession of Blitz's father's legendary crossbow, the Crescent Moon Shooty Daddy. No,
Shooting Star.
I was super close though.
You're super close. It's the Crescent Moon is the spear, and the Shooting Star is the crossbow.
I really liked Shooty Daddy though.
Shooty Daddy's pretty good.
Roll off the tongue.
Shooty Daddy's not bad. I'm sure that's what Larry calls it.
Oh.
That's what Larry will call it as I kill him.
Yes, just take him down. So yeah, our crew was able to track Larry and some of his goons down to the middle of the marshes, where they had a little cave hideout in one of the rolling hills out here. Right, Larry himself keeping watch on the crest of the hill, you know, looking here, looking there, looking everywhere, but he wasn't looking up, which is a fact that Blitz took advantage of as he took to the skies, readied his spear, and, you know, descended onto Larry. I believe your attack, you call it, right? Your DFA, your death from above, could work out a couple of different ways. I don't know that you have, and I guess I could answer this question for myself. You don't have blindside as a roguish feat, because this would definitely be one of those. If you think you do you have any weapon skill that you'd like to use here other than the basic engage in melee, or a playbook move that you think would be appropriate? Otherwise it'll just be a melee attack or a melee encounter. Exchange.
I think this is just a melee attack, but if it could be a blindside, I wouldn't mind using luck instead.
Okay.
Of rolling.
What
Just
I know So you have an heirloom weapon, and it has, I think, it cleave and something else, right?
Yeah. It's
With that,
cleave and it's got cleave and disarm. But I don't know. It's all, and also it's deadly. There's the word.
oh yeah, so it does extra injury
Yeah.
for.
Inflicts 1+ harm.
Mhm.
That's what that says. But I don't know. I don't have anything like. I'm not trying to disarm. Well, if taking off his arm is disarming someone,
Just knocking the weapon out of his hand would be.
Yes.
If you were to cleave, that's mostly just a take out all of his armor move. Like you don't like do explicit injury to the character. You just it's more like you smash their defenses and equipment and you inflict 3 wear. So you know, if he is somewhat armored, so you would negate. I'm not gonna give too much away, but you'd break all his armor if you did that. But if you're looking to blindside, then I would say that is trusting luck, or trusting fate. But
I mean,
TBH, you'd be better off just engaging in melee. Like your odds are maybe kind of better with that move.
Yeah. I'm looking at that. I'm like, if I do cleave, if and like she's like just shatters this whole defense, I think that would be good for future setups. I think I'll cleave straight down.
Absolutely. Yeah, you are skilled. You are trained with this weapon. So even clutching it in your talons, right? You come in and you full force
Just like
come at Larry, but
dragoon, jump, dive.
Yeah, he doesn't see this coming at all. It's a complete surprise. So go ahead and roll with might.
Cool.
And let's see what happens.
Yeah, might. Let's see.
I will also point out for your heirloom weapon, you also have feared, which means when you engage in combat against foes who recognize this weapon, you inflict morale harm on them.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure Larry would recognize this weapon.
Yeah.
100%. So the morale would be on top of the wear that you inflict. So it's not like a instead of. So yeah, it's an added bonus.
Nice. That's thank you, dice. That's a 6 and a 5, so it's 11 total.
Ooh, absolutely. Yeah, so you'll mark 1 exhaustion for cleaving. You roll with might. That is a perfect hit. You come down, and you can see that this is how it happens. You're coming down at the very last minute. Larry the fox, not even noticing you, is just on his usual patrol mentality, right? So he turns around to scope the other end of the hill, and you just crack right into the shield that he had slung over his back. You split it in half, and then as you do, you also just slice through the leather armor that he had underneath that. So it kind of comes off. It's like zipping. It's almost like unzipping a dress from the back, where it just comes forward like that, and just you render all of his armor completely useless. I will say with the 11, you even knock him prone for a second. He's still clutching the crossbow like this, kind of looking up at you, but you are planted right there, overlooking him.
I'd like to
weapon
think,
in hand.
I'd like to think for the morale damage. I think it's like for Blink, he sees a visage of my mom standing over him, just like the ghost of my mom coming to haunt him, as he's now like scattered amongst his things.
Yeah,
and
sorry,
just points to the end of the spear at them.
Yeah, he's like, his arms are shaking, holding the crossbow, looking up. He's like, "It's impossible. You're dead." Blitz.
Wrong Lombardi. Hello, Larry. I'm back.
He tries to get a beat on you with the crossbow, but you're just too close. You've rendered it basically useless. He says, "Never thought I'd see you here."
The only reason I didn't just straight up kill you is because you're a stepping stone to Regina. Now, where is she?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Puts the end of the spear to his neck.
And you make a very good argument. She's not here. She won't be here for days.
You alone?
4 more in the cave beneath me.
I wouldn't call them.
I can't. This is too tight on my neck.
And I think you all see it's just like down on him. It's like over him. Do not get brave. Do not try to call out. You will come with me.
Blitz, you know me. I've never been brave. I
I know.
stick to the winning side.
Oh, that like gets him riled up and like presses a little harder.
All right, you win. You win.
Doesn't move it too far away from this throat.
Mm-hmm.
But he lets him get up.
Am, and you make a point. You make a point.
Holds his hand out for the crossbow. That's not yours.
Yeah, it never was. He hands it over reluctantly. He just he lets it like to the front, right? So it's pointing down. It's not.
He takes it and points to the forest. He points to the edge of the forest.
Mm-hmm.
Walk.
He does, right? Just goes. He's pace in front of you. You can keep your eyes on him and everything.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't try to shout or anything like that. Arms probably, like already behind his back. He's like, I know when I'm beat. I'm not like Regina and the others. This ain't worth my life, man.
I thought about that long ago. Bring his ass to the group.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you
bring him bring him to the forest edge. Bring him to where we were.
Mm-hmm. As this was going down, Rankle, Felix, what have y'all been up to? Just watching this go down, or
I would like to have snuck around to get an eye on the cave, I think, and like see if I can get an eye on like. I think Felix would have snuck around immediately and not stuck around to see if people came out, and just see like to get eyes for himself, how many people there are, what resources they have, how long they've been here, just like get information.
Yeah, no, totally makes sense. So it sounds like
maybe using sneak as like a roguish feat to try and go up and spy on them, or
I would say, well, I was gonna say you won't even need sneak to do so. You could just even. I think Felix is talented enough that would.
You could just come up and just sort of just do some eavesdropping and some spying.
Right. Yeah. The folks in the cave are overconfident, we'll say, of their position, that they don't think that, obviously, Larry is the only guard they need posted. So I'd say we could circumvent or we could skip past needing the sneak move, and I'm just being long-winded here so I can buy myself time to get to the right moves page, and you could just skip right to reading a tense situation. It sounds like that's what we're doing here. We're trying to scope out the scene, what our options are, etc. So that would be a roll with cunning.
Okay, I will definitely do that. Okay, I have +1 to that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, did not roll well. I got a 5 total.
Oh, snap.
Yeah. I don't think I have anything that can help me with read a 10 situation either.
Yeah, and even if someone like Rankle were to help, it would only bring it to a 6, so it wouldn't be enough to
which is
turn it into a success. We'll talk about what happens there in a sec, but real quick,
Cool.
checking with Rankle. Felix goes off to scope out the cave, see what he can find out about the sitch in there. Rankle, what do you do as that goes down? Do you follow or?
Yeah, I think Rankle would have kind of kept an eye on Blitz for a moment, seen Blitz kind of almost just take out Larry in one go. Rankle would kind of like, all right, he's got this, that's fine. He would kind of reach into like a bag that he carries and pull out like a mason jar. Screw it in a jar, you see some of the soup from the ship.
Oh my god.
Kind of pop that open, just kind of sip on it, and just see Felix take off. I'll just kind of sigh, screw the lid back on the jar, and just follow Felix.
Yeah, absolutely. Felix, we'll say it's like the aroma of the soup that throws you off. So you're not really.
Yeah, I was gonna say something dramatic, like the thought of Blitz being in danger and the anger at Larry distracted me. But no, I think it was the soup actually.
You just keep like, oh, it smells so good.
Sure, I'm like, what is that?
This?
What is in that? Have you had that the whole time?
Heartburn, indigestion. What's happening?
It's good to carry snacks when you're out in the field. You'll learn.
Is soup a snack? It's a liquid. It's not. How is that practical? How is that spilled all over your stuff?
I mean, it's a meal and a beverage.
A thermos or bowl? What are we talking about here?
Oh,
Isn't it cold? It's just in a mason jar.
Oh yeah, it's like freaking ice cold.
Just
soup.
like congealed.
Got the skin on it. You're like, oh, this is good for anybody.
Gelatinous chunks. Room temperature.
He'll just kind of crouch down next to Felix as he puts the soup away. And
the damage done, right? Like it's all. See anything? Do you smell anything other than the soup?
I can't smell anything but the soup, man. Can you put the soup away?
Fine. I'll leave the soup alone for now. He'll take one more hit off of it before he puts it away.
A hit.
Not a hit of soup.
A hit of soup.
A hit of room temperature soup
And
that's been in his bag for hours.
In the soup. So
it took us hours to get here. We
Rankle
traveled for a long time. Your stomach is like iron.
He's experienced. Rankle's been around a while. It's like, you don't win a battle on an empty stomach, right?
Felix has been around a while too, but he has standards. That's not true. He's a gnarly, nasty little fox. He's just horrified.
Does Felix get any flashbacks of like other scraps that he's gotten into with Rankle, where like Rankle's just like, well, better soup up?
I think so. I think it's just like unfathomable, and he's just like, this is still happening. Like,
you still need to carb up before we jump in.
It's still happening? What?
If anything, as
like you're
as y'all
still
get older,
doing this.
It just gets worse. It just more, right? Like you just need it more when you get older.
I'm a growing boy.
Sure. That's how I would describe Rankle.
I'm a growing boy.
Growing boy. Yeah, Rankle's the growing boy of the party, for sure.
For sure.
Yeah, I don't get any information about the hideout because I'm so blown away by the soup.
You get plenty of information.
You want more information about the soup than the people of the cave.
Maybe I'm just focused on that for a minute.
And it's enough that you're like, wait, are there still people in that cave?
Yes.
How many?
Yeah.
We don't know. Okay.
Good news is it looks like Blitz got the one we want anyway. So I'm assuming we would see Blitz walking towards us at this point.
Yeah, you two discuss soup long enough. Blitz with Larry not in front of, Larry's like walking like this. You see him, breach the tree line first. Then you see, the point of a spear, and then you see Blitz right behind Larry, just kind of grumbling under his breath. It wasn't for these kids. The usual.
Mhm.
Yeah, but Blitz, you bring him in. You're all still undetected by the rest of his cronies back at the inside the cave, etc. What do y'all do?
I think he brings Larry, what a name, to you two, and he has both his parents' weapons in either hand, and I think he's like, once he pushes Larry towards you two, the more adult, more level-headed individuals, at least Felix can see just like how it's like a nostalgic kind of like love or look as he's looking down at the two weapons now. He's just like, sorry, I know you said not to do that, but
Exactly what you did.
is that kind of what I did? And
You know, let's. One day you're not going to get lucky, but I'm glad it wasn't today.
luck of the Lombardis, am I right? I'm gonna.
Yeah, it seems to be working out. Super great.
Are you okay? You look distracted.
You know, I have been and looked pointedly at Rankle, but I'm focused now.
There's soup just built up around his mouth for again at this point.
Is that look, Supa was gone?
Not important. The important part is we got your friend here. Or not friend.
Yeah, I'm gonna and he like he's gonna poke him with the spear and push him towards you two.
Yeah.
Watch that spear.
I'm gonna tie Larry up.
Before I lose it,
right.
I'm gonna just let you guys handle that. I'm just gonna sit down with
Yeah.
these. And he takes the I don't know how many arrows he has. He's gonna take that too.
You take everything off him.
Yeah.
You find like a dagger that was up his sleeve. You find one in his boot. You find like you pat him down, and in his pockets are these like tooth caps. They're like steel.
Ooh.
You know, like they go over his like already existent fangs and stuff. Think of them as like brass knuckles for the mouth. You know,
Ooh.
Not the most common. You know, these exist, but you know, like not your regular denizens aren't carrying these. Like, yeah, if someone's got these on them, they're probably up to no good, kind of thing. Also, biting someone, in terms of like, even in battle, like let's say woodland etiquette is considered kind of a douche move. So,
I think just for my creative sadness sake, I will note that the shooting star, the crossbow, it's made of the same. It's made of the same wood that the spear is made out of, but it's painted a nice like midnight blue. It looks like it was painted by a child. It looks like it's got like those, you know how children draw stars on things, just big old blocky stars. It looks weathered and faded, but it looks like a child painted all over this thing.
I have bad news for you.
What's up, bud?
This thing has been sanded and repainted. It's like jet black. The whole thing. It hasn't even been finished. You know, so like they didn't varnish it or anything. It's just like the paint. So it's already like sort of faded in places. There's like a chip here and there. The hardware has not been replaced, but has just also like the metal parts have just been painted with like this cheap gold paint.
Yeah,
and like
have to sit down with that.
There are embellishments that have been added in the form of like seashells that have just been like kind of, I don't know, like stuck on, you know, adhesive,
like glued on and stuck on.
Yeah.
Oh, it's awful. Oh, that
as
hurt
you're looking,
that hurt me. I knew it was gonna hurt me.
Yeah, as you're looking it over, Larry's like, pretty badass, huh? I think I made some real improvements there.
Felix kicks him.
He takes one injury.
He's good, and you just
Larry's like,
oh,
that was my good kidney.
Fucking bastard.
You don't have a good kidney anymore.
No, not the way
You're not
this
gonna
one
have a good
feels.
anything.
Oh no, my grandkids.
Blitz just sits down. And
Sure.
He just takes the knife. He just takes the knife and just starts prying these things off. And it's man, it's like watching your parent die all over again.
Oh no.
Rankle's gonna go sit down next to Blitz. Seeing, Blitz is a kid compared to Rankle, and seeing, Blitz's frustration and issues. Rankle's just gonna kind of sit up next to him, and I bet in town we could probably find some tools or something to help strip that a bit easier. All right.
No. I helped build this thing with my mom to give to my dad. My mom did most of the mechanical work. I handed the occasional hammer or screw driver. And then we got to paint it.
But it was something you got to do.
It was.
Now this bastard steals and tries to make it his own. Rankle will kind of look towards Larry and just kind of shake his head.
What vagabonds do, huh?
Yeah.
Larry overhears when you say vagabonds. He starts kind of not like he's in no condition to cackle, but he's chuckling and the best he can with probably a bruised kidney and a busted rib. He's like, vagabonds. We're so beyond that. You don't even know.
You want to tell me a little bit about that, buddy?
Not particularly.
I put my dagger to his throat.
All right, okay.
You're gonna?
Yeah, us rough bones now. We like to think of ourselves more as agents for hire. Vagabonds, that's people like you.
Mm-hmm. Well, you're doing so well. Clearly.
Listen, this is a minor setback. Once my people hear about what's happening to me, I'm sure they're gonna get me back or ransom me back. He's like, still like choking with the knife tip, right? The dagger tip. He's like, I know I'm worth it.
Can I ask, how involved was Larry in the killing of Blitz's parents directly?
So my understanding of it is that the rough bones weren't the ones that struck the blow, right? They're the ones that set the trap. Specifically Regina, Groundhog, head of the rough bones.
They set them up.
Right.
So Larry, you can think of Larry and Tiffany, the foxes, as Regina's right and left hand. So he would have been very involved.
Okay. Well, Larry, you're going to tell us everything that you and your agents for hire have been doing out here and why you're asking around about what was happening over at the Laughing Demon. And you're going to tell us how long you've been here, when Regina's coming, and how many people she's bringing.
Bet. It sounds like we're trying to persuade an NPC with promises or threats, specifically
Yes.
threats. So let's go ahead and
Specifically
roll
threats.
Specifically
with-
threats.
Very specific.
Very specifically threats.
Let's go and roll with
I'm
charm.
not charming.
Let's take a +1 to your roll based on your conditions. Event you have him captured. He is a coward. There is a dagger to his throat. I think that all merits a +1 forward, which means
Yeah.
+1 and done. You just get the 1 to this roll.
Could someone help me? Because I rolled a 5.
Gives you, yeah. Any one of you can mark exhaustion to help, and that would push this.
Rankle
Wait.
will. If I
You rolled a 5, and with the
I rolled a
+1
5
is
plus 1
6.
is 6, which I think
Okay.
is that still failure, I think.
It's still failure, but a 7 would make it a hit. So
Okay,
I just
Rankle-
want to
Rankle will
clarify.
help.
Cool. Just by do you just stand there and look intimidating, or do you do anything specific?
Rankle's just gonna like pull out the soup that just smells probably fairly horrendous to most people, and he's gonna walk over and just make sure that Larry just gets a nice waft of it. And Rankle's just gonna take a long hit of the soup.
The fact that you call it a hit is killing me
Awful. It's like
so bad.
a hit is smooth.
Kind of the best.
No.
It's like Campbell's chicken noodle soup. So
Just
Jesus.
room temp from a can that's been open and in your pocket or bag for hours. I can't get over
He's
it.
gonna like chew on it for a minute.
Oh,
He's gonna-
chew on it.
He's
I
gonna reach.
hate, why is it chewy?
It's where
I
he's
don't
going.
like-
Everybody's gonna get this.
He's gonna reach in his mouth, like just pull out like a small like chicken bone or something, and just
I don't
flick
Should
it at
I
Larry.
mark exhaustion too from this?
I don't like the sequence of words that are coming out of your mouth right now.
You're really painting a picture. You can tell Nate is a DM.
Oh yes, no, I love this. No, all of that happens. Absolutely. Chicken bone. Chickens? Do y'all even have a concept of those here? Yes, you do.
Oh yeah, would it be like a bug? Some kind of bug, since bugs are animals?
Something
It's like a-
something really hard and scaly. Just pulls
Like
it out
a-
of his mouth. Just,
like a beetle
just
horn.
yeah,
A
some
carapace,
thick
yeah.
exoskeleton that they couldn't
Yeah.
get. They couldn't get processed right.
Right. No, yeah. So absolutely. All of that happens. Larry just sees this. He looks at each of you, Felix, Rankle. He's like, what is that? Is that you gonna turn me into soup? I'll tell you everything.
Yeah.
He's done.
That's the first time I've ever heard threat. You're gonna turn me into soup.
I mean,
He's like, just promise you don't
it's a
turn me
good
into
threat.
soup. And I'll tell you whatever you want. And just say you just keep me safe from
well,
for
Larry,
them.
it really depends on how good your information is here, buddy.
I swear, they don't want me to spill. If they find out I ratted, it'll be the end for old Larry.
Ratted, is that a joke?
Kind of is the end for old Larry.
Oh yeah, nah, that was a poor choice of words on my part, my man.
Mm.
That's, they know I snitched. There's not a bird called Snitch, is there? That'd be even more awkward. Listen, all I'm saying is, just don't turn me into soup. I'll tell you what I want, what you want.
Tell us everything, and we'll think of it.
He starts crying a little bit. It's like, fine. I don't want to end up a bone in your mouth. That's for later, folks. Yeah, you gotta follow a whole different Twitter feed for that. I'm sorry. That's. He's like, fine. We were hired. We were all hired. Regina and everyone to try to come into
Mhm.
this dumbass little clearing and subvert the local town council, town whatever. They're trying to start, what do they call it? Democracy? That's stupid. Someone's got to be in charge. One person. That's it. And that's what they want us to make sure happens.
Who's they?
Marky say. They hired us.
Oh.
They want to disrupt and displace the local government and keep the people they still want to make sure that people are not fans of the Airy dynasty, so they can come in with their fancy technology, their plentiful food, and just come in looking like heroes, like they're saving the clearing from themselves, like just like they did in Hollowstone, just right out of their own playbook. But they want to make sure it looks like they ain't behind it, right? Death and destruction and chaos all happening because there's no seat of power, no rule. They're gonna come in and fix it all, as long as we keep causing chaos and making people disappear.
And where are the people you're making disappear?
Wouldn't you like to know?
He aims the crossbow at
Just
them.
dig the dagger in a little bit more.
Rankle just shakes his mason jar.
He's gonna make you soup.
Night after tomorrow, on the docks, you get all your answers.
Never thought I'd see the day where Regina and her rough bones would become Marquis 𝙒𝙧 lackeys.
Payday's a payday, my man.
I'm gonna shoot him. I'm like, he points the crossbow at them, but doesn't shoot. And he's like, my parents are dead because of you.
Mostly Regina. I was just
following orders.
Oh, you beat me to it. I was just trying to get paid. It's nothing personal.
You ended the lives of two good people. My parents did nothing to you.
Yeah, I'll be honest, man. I felt bad about it at the time. If I'm being straight, I was more afraid of Regina than I was of them at the time. I didn't know what she would do to me if I said no. Honestly, your parents were fine folk. They treated me right. I'm not proud of what I did.
Not right enough. Apparently.
No.
Not good enough. Apparently.
Old fox like me, what do I got left? You do what you're gonna do.
Do what you gotta do.
How many will be at the docks tomorrow?
Does that mean you're letting me go?
Answer the question.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said to tell her we'll be at the docks.
No. He said how many will be?
How many?
How many people are missing?
You don't even know how many got took. I can't believe this shit.
All I'm saying is maybe they didn't go missing accident. Maybe it was their choice. Maybe they're with us.
Is there a way I can tell if he's telling the truth? Is that
you can
figure someone
absolutely. Out? Yes, indeed. And yes, please. Let's roll to.
Let's see if I keep rolling bad, because I also add nothing to this as well.
Oh no.
I have a connection thing I can use, I think.
Oh, rolled well. A 10.
Please do.
Ooh, nice.
But
if I also read it's if I also read the 10 situation, then we both at benefit from a +1, but they seem to roll well, so it's good.
Dope. Okay. So
good to know, though.
When you try to figure someone out, roll with charm on a 10+, you hold 3. So you get 3. You can ask 3 out of those 5 questions to the character's player, not the character. So you're asking me, and I have to answer truthfully. None of that GM stipulation.
Yeah, I want to know if if he believes that they really joined willingly, because from what we know of our missing frog, I don't know that I buy that, but he might think that. So,
what does he mean by they might have joined willingly? Like they
were recruits, I think is what he's saying.
Okay.
So would that fall under, is your character telling the
truth about them? Which would be like, I think that probably my gut is that Glenda didn't join up willingly, but I just want to know, does he think that that's what happened? For my first question.
He does.
Okay.
No, yeah, you can tell that he thinks that. Yeah, these missing folk are not actually missing, but recruited.
Although I'm now remembering Glenda's discontented stand-up act, being upset with the council and everything. Okay. I guess I will also ask, what does your character intend to do? Specifically, I want to know if we need to like tie him up for the next 2 days so he doesn't go rat us out to Regina.
Yeah.
He's also got 4 people in that cave. And they like, he just left and didn't come back. And then like, where'd Larry go?
Yeah. I'm confident in our abilities to run away or take him with us or deal with them, but
sure.
What is his escape plan?
Absolutely. What does he intend to do? He intends to save his own skin. That's Larry's bread and butter. So whether that means cooperating with you until he finds an opportunity to escape, or weaseling his way out of your, like just like weaseling his way into your favor until you trust him enough that he can, beat feet. Whatever, you just know he is self-interest is his guiding star.
Yeah. Does anyone have another question? The other possible questions are, what are they really feeling? What do they wish I do? Or how do I get them to do blank? That would be useful to ask about Larry.
Because what we know, right? So we know that there are 4 people in that cave. It's a couple of days until a ship comes to take them, I believe was the thing, right?
The ship is coming in, I'm assuming with Regina and the other missing people, from what he's insinuating, or at least the other missing people. And also that is the same ship that we got information on from Cleo at the trinket shop about the ship that we're already going to spy on.
The smugglers.
Yeah. So that's what we know is happening for the ship. We know where to go and where to hide out for that. And he's implying that the missing people are recruits for their fake revolution. Yeah.
It's a play by the Marquis to make trouble where there is none, and then swoop in and be the like, look, we're cool. Come back under our banner, etc., etc. Okay.
Yeah, that's a good summary.
Gotcha. Okay.
Solid.
Just want to make sure that that's like all the information we have so far.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we know
it could be
he wants to save his own skin. So that first question is gonna out.
Yeah. So we got to keep an eye on him. Keep him tied up, keep him with us or something. I also am wondering, maybe we could ask, how could I get your character to do blank? Because I'm wondering if maybe, because I think our move would be, we got to inform the council about this attempted coup.
Yes.
And maybe we ask, like, how do we get you to spill to the council? Although I think we could just kidnap him and take him
I think
with
kidnapping
us,
is the best option.
right?
Yeah.
Or
so I'm just wondering
him from the area.
Yeah.
just escorting him.
Escorting him to the authorities.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, hundo. That's all you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know if you guys can think of another question that would be useful, or if we just want to bail.
I think we just want to take
with him.
Because we know he's selfish. So those are the 2 questions of motive for what they plan on doing. Is kind of like not irrelevant, but we know because of his nature. So I think for questions, I think we're good. I can't really think of anything. Question.
Okay.
I'll give you all this. The way the move is written out, you hold, right? You just get to hold 3. That means you just have that.
Okay, so we don't have to use them all now necessarily.
The usual implication is that your hold stays until the end of the relevant scene, right? And then it's just like, okay, it's gone. But the way it's written is, while interacting with this character, you spend your hold 1 for 1 to ask their player a question. Because Larry will be with y'all an extended period of time,
we could, yeah,
as the adjudicator of this game, the GM, I do not have a problem with y'all just keeping that for a rainy day. And as long as Larry is still, as long as we'll say the circumstances of your interactions with Larry do not change, i.e. he is your prisoner, you can still spend that hold to continue figuring him out. But if you were to escape or something, then circumstances change, you lose it, right?
Yeah.
We're just hoping that doesn't happen.
Exactly. Right. We're all hoping like that. Yes.
Okay. I think we get out of here before those 4 come looking for their boss.
One thing.
Oh.
As you're getting, as you're finishing your conversation with him and everything, hands, paws bound behind his back and everything, he takes turns looking each one of you in the eyes. I'm sure he's like down, he's like probably sitting or in like some kind of crouched position or something, and looks up at you and he goes, "Where's your squirrel friend?"
Can I roll to look for Beatrice?
What a way to do this. What a way.
Y'all notice where she went? She up in those trees somewhere? Did she even make a noise when we took her?
Okay.
I really want to kill this guy so bad, but I feel like that's just so too dark.
Too easy. It's too easy.
Too easy.
You still have 1 hold, remember? I'm just gonna lay that out there.
Does he have to? I guess the question is, how does he know it's her? What?
I will say also, when you figure someone out, right? These questions can be circumstantial, so it doesn't mean you ask one and you cannot ask it again.
Okay.
If you have a reason to ask another,
right?
Or if you have a reason to ask one again, right? You can.
I guess the question is he telling? What are the questions again?
It's telling the truth, really feeling, intend to do, wish I would do, being Felix as I rolled, or how could I get your character to do something? How could I get your character to blink?
I think just hearing that Beatrice, because he knows that they're a squirrel, and he knows that they're. Is he telling the truth? He's got to be telling the truth, but is he?
We can. I'm cool if you want to use it to make sure that he's telling the truth, that they really have Beatrice. I'm okay with that, because we may have to trade him back or try to beat all these guys.
Yeah. And I'll I don't know what I can do, but I'm gonna see him. Oh, I want to stab him. Oh, I want to stab him. Fuck
I know.
Don't we all?
Don't we all?
Larry.
See what happens.
Yeah, is he telling the truth? Do they really have Beatrice?
Oh, that's a good question.
You gotta decide now.
He is.
Yeah.
But he doesn't know the exact circumstances.
Okay.
Right. He knew. I don't know about this. Oh yeah, because it's me. Larry doesn't have to tell you this. I can. I'm the GM.
Yeah.
Or I'm the GM. Sorry, that's TM'd. That's not for this game. Don't has, bro. Y'all suck. Anyway, I'm trying to cop your game right now. Yes, someone associated with Larry, Moose has taken y'all's friend Beatrice. Larry does not know the specifics of it, right? He just knew the way he was watching the cave, someone was watching him. Rough bones have redundancies, I guess you could say. And with y'all's figure someone out move, I'll say your suspicions would trend towards Larry's twin sister, Tiffany, also Fox. You know, because I'd say Blitz and Felix, you would both know wherever Larry is, Tiffany's not far
Tiffany's
behind.
close by.
Yeah.
Regardless of where Regina is, these two tend to stick near each other, and you all have always known Tiffany to be the more cunning, sneaky of the pair. From your, run-ins with them years ago.
Shoot. I turn to the group and I guess I'm gonna ask, do we want to try to take out Tiffany and co, knowing they already know we're here, or do we want to try to trade this one? I sort of kick him again.
Oh, I don't think we need to trade Larry. I think we're more than capable of handling a few, henchmen, especially if they're not nearly as talented as their fearless leader here.
How much do we know about Tiffany and like how capable Tiffany is in comparison to Larry?
Sure.
From our interactions previously.
So, based on your shared history, the few jobs y'all did in tandem or together with them before the Rough Bones' complete betrayal of the Lombardis, right? Tiffany always seemed the sneakier one, the smarter one, while Larry could, Larry's more of a straightforward, more brute forcey kind of person, right? Wasn't always the first one to be in charge or be put in charge of others. I think but Tiffany, again, smarter, silenter. She's more of the dagger in the back than the, great sword up front kind of. So yeah, she's craftier.
Yeah. So I would assume that I wouldn't underestimate her based on that information.
Is there a missing note, or is like I got her? Wow. Indication, or is it just,
I mean, I think it just happened. So
just happened.
right.
Calling card was left.
Can I look around and see if I can see us being watched?
Absolutely, you can. What do I do? I don't want to play this out. Can y'all super hate to do this, but can y'all RP amongst yourselves for like a minute and a half? I have to go do a thing real quick.
Yeah.
And then we'll resolve that real quick.
Yeah.
My apologies.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
Blitz silently screams to himself that his actions got his friend kidnapped, and he that anger is just, it's at a boiling point where it's just about to spill over. And it's just, he's looking at his parents' weapons. One is desecrated to, he barely recognizes it, and now he's learned that someone took his friend. Tiffany took his friend. And he's just, I think he's almost just about to stab through him.
I think Felix would probably stop you. Not say anything, just sort of give you a look like, we know better than to do this, right? And then I think I'm also going to gag Larry because I think we got all the information we were going to get out of him.
All right. That's fair. I don't like talking like this anymore anyway.
I'm assuming we're going to meet other people pretty soon, so.
To get those vocal cords warmed up.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think as you stop, Blitz, he's just like, They keep
Yeah,
taking my family.
I know. But we'll get her back. Okay?
Not on you, kid. Right? They're the ones making the choices. They're the ones making this place worse. And you're actively trying to make it better. And that counts for a lot. We'll get her back. Don't worry. She talks loud enough, I'm sure it won't be too difficult to find. Well, I'm telling Tiffany all about all of her different aunts and uncles and cousins right now.
Yeah, maybe Tiffany will just give her back. Because that's a lot to hear.
That's a lot.
We'll figure it out.
Do I see anything if I look around and try and see if
Like a missing, like a ribbon attached to a branch, or
if I can see. I just want to get a vibe on if we're being watched. Maybe using read a tense situation if that's
If
that's
ever
the
there
closest I
were
can
a
think.
tense situation,
It would be this one.
indeed.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is a good. I'll say unless you have a playbook move that you think resolves the situation better.
I think
Let's go ahead and do it.
I think my playbook moves will be useful in a minute when we're trying to get Beatrice back. But for right now, I think I'm just gonna roll this.
Can I also read the tense situation? So
Crit
I can give
fail.
them that benefit. Oh no!
Crit,
Absolutely.
2 1s.
Yeah.
2 ones, oh, no.
I have no
don't see why
idea.
not.
I'm paranoid.
I will
Like you're
read
both
the
out here
tense.
trying to figure it out. Yeah, let's do it.
What's
I think what do I get on a fail? Is there some of these? I think just
Technically, something
s-
bad should happen, but I feel
it's
like
not
with
listed
Reddington's
explicitly in
situation-
this one, but I
Yeah,
know
I
some of
feel
them
like-
are like you get false information or something, but it doesn't look like that for.
Yeah, I'm not.
There's
really
nothing
a fan of
specific
that.
listed. Yeah,
Like
for
you
this
just
one.
don't read it well. I think is good enough for me. You know.
Yeah,
maybe
we just
some-
don't really get anything.
Yeah, is it cunning that you use for?
It is. Yeah.
Yeah,
You
it's
roll with
cunning.
cunning, and then you get one or more questions based on your roll.
I have +1 to cunning. I just rolled 2 1s.
Damn, that's wrong.
Those are not.
I've been
those are
rolling
not good.
bad.
I rolled 2 3s, so that's 6 plus 2, so that's 8.
Righteous. So when you
Thank
roll,
God.
when you read a tense situation, you roll with cunning on a 7 to 9. You ask 1, and then you get to take a +1. That's a forward. Actually, it would be an ongoing, I suppose, until the end of the scene. When acting on the answers. Yeah, it doesn't say it's only 1, so that would be an ongoing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming you have the questions pulled up. If not, I will read them.
Sure, read them out.
Yeah, for everyone playing along at home.
Mm-hmm.
The questions that we have to choose from here with our read a tense situation is 1, what's my best way out, in, or through this situation? It's assumed. Who or what is the biggest threat? Who or what is most vulnerable to me? What should I be on the lookout for? And the last option is who is in control here?
Oh, those last two are pretty good. I get to ask 1.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. What should I be on the lookout for? I think it's the one.
Tiffany.
Just because we need Tiffany. Yeah, but it's
Just Tiffany.
Just Tiffany. Just Tiffany in big old bold letters.
Yep.
But does Tiffany use a specific thing to make herself noticed? Is it like
Tiffany does all she can to make herself not noticed.
to be scarce?
She's your, I want to say like a, classic sneaky rogue kind of situation. If she can make herself completely unseen, she will. You would know. Y'all that have worked with her, or again, been in her proximity, her orbit, etc. That her weapon of choice is usually a poisoned dagger, but a bow from afar is not outside of her capabilities as well.
I suppose with that question, it's like, because they have my cheerful best friend Beatrice. I'm wondering if they may have like left a trail or clue as to where they were took or taken.
Right.
There's a trail to follow because of them, not because of Tiffany.
Right. Which I believe Felix had chatted about as well before. But yeah, as you read this sitch and you all look around, you notice, if y'all recall from earlier, your friend Beatrice had stored, we'll say for lack of a better term, a particular coin inside her little squirrel cheek, right?
Yep.
You notice, just as like dusk is beginning to settle, right? We've been out here a minute. There's a glint of not silver, but like a little shine. You see a steel coin here, leading kind of into the woods a bit. And upon closer inspection, it is indeed that very same coin, the one marked with the rabbit skull and the talon on the reverse side. There's really no mistaking this is the one that Beatrice has had. Is specific, especially because it's still a little damp, or squirrel saliva. But then,
disgusting.
Where you see it, there is like not a clearly marked trail, right? But you all would know enough that you see a broken branch here, this here, there. You can tell like she was obviously struggling as she was being taken, right? There's enough for y'all to follow. And just on initial inspection, it does not seem to lead back to that cave. But it is something you can follow.
Felix will wipe off the coin, spit off the coin, and put it in his
Ooh.
pocket.
Right.
A regular animal would. Love Beatrice.
Miss you. Get better,
And
please.
yes,
Yeah.
and I will look to the group and I will just say, knowing Tiffany, she could be watching us already, and this could be leading us straight into a trap. So
Tiffany.
but I don't know if we have another choice but to follow.
They won't let their brother die.
I don't know. Tiffany's pretty cold-hearted. I look sort of down at Larry.
You're like a 60-40.
Yeah. She
Family
might
does-
toss a
family
coin.
Family does strange things to people. Connections.
I could try sneaking ahead. It is risky, but
It is. But is Beatrice worth it? I don't know.
Wow.
I mean, I know.
What a
I know.
statement.
I know what I think.
What
but,
a statement to make.
but what does
Y'all-
Felix think? Because Felix
y'all-
is not a great
exactly.
guy.
That's the question,
Yes,
right?
that is
What
the
does
question.
Felix think?
You're the sneakiest of all of us. It definitely outsneaks Tiffany. That's without question.
I mean, clearly not. She got the slip on us, but
That's because you were worried about me.
it's not on you that I wasn't paying attention. Okay, that was my fault. If it's anyone's fault, it's Rankle's fault because of the soup. Okay, so don't feel bad. Okay, and I wink at Rankle.
Rankle looks slightly offended for a moment.
a wink, like.
Then he just kind of closes his eyes and he just counts to 10 under his breath.
You gotta admit, the soup was so terrifying, it completely cowed Larry. We only got the information because of your terrifying soup.
It's good soup.
Uh-huh, sure. You take the good soup, and yeah, I'm gonna sneak ahead. I think Felix isn't completely heartless, and also sees how close Beatrice and Blitz are, and can see Blitz blaming himself for this, and is like, this is actually my fault because I was not paying attention. Like, not in a guilt way, but just in a I have to fix this way. So he's gonna sneak ahead and try to lose Tiffany if she's following us, or at least like stealthily make his way around to try not fall directly into a trap. Hopefully, we'll see.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Sounds to me like a roguish feat. Trying to sneak?
Yeah, I think trying to sneak, and if possible, disappear into the dark if I am able to successfully sneak.
Quest, that's one of your playbook moves?
As one of my playbook moves. It happens if I'm able to slip into the shadows unnoticed. So if I fail to sneak, I cannot use it, I think.
So the thing with disappear into the dark is I wouldn't necessarily say it's not a like you sneak and then you have it. It's just a better option for you. So you can take that move in place of doing the roguish feat, and it just assumes if you mark exhaustion, you will slip into the shadows unnoticed. Like it again, as long as it's well, let me backtrack a little bit. As long as it's narratively appropriate. So you as Felix is trying to just like be as stealthy as possible, be unnoticed. I'd say yes, you could use this move here in lieu of taking the roguish feat, sneak, make your roll, or actually you don't even have to roll. You just mark exhaustion, and it's like sneak but better, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Then yeah, I think it's worth it to take the, because it's such a risky move. I think it's worth it to take the exhaustion on that one.
And yeah, as long as you remain quiet and move slowly, you remain hidden, right?
Yeah.
And you keep your hold. And what's good about the hold is if you decide to use it to make an attack, you can. Otherwise, you can just reveal yourself at any time without any negative consequence, right?
Cool.
So in tandem with that, it sounds like you're trying to just get a bead on where Tiffany has taken Beatrice, sweet Beatrice, Fleetcheeks. So it is slower going, because you're not sure.
Yeah.
Is Tiffany behind me? Is she in front of me? What's going on? You definitely have a trail that you're following, but the entire time there's sort of like this nagging sensation in the back of your hand. Like, is this a trap, or am I actually doing good tracking work here? Blitz, Rankle, y'all following close behind, not far behind? You trying to just keep your...
I think giving them space, giving Felix the space they need to operate properly, is the best course of action. So we're gonna follow the trail, but just act like we're following it. Normally, I guess as sneakily as one can if they think they're being watched. I think I don't know who's taking lead, but I definitely want Blitz to just have his spear against their back, the back of Larry.
Oh, Larry.
As we follow
Larry.
The trail to maybe follow the trail to whatever this is leading to. Just ready to give it to him if something happens.
Right. No, absolutely. Sounds good. And then Larry, of course, is gagged, so he's not saying anything, right? Not giving himself away. As you walk, you could tell he's resigned, right? He's not trying to like, he's not looking back and darting his eyes back and forth, looking for a chance to bolt or anything like that. He's just like, he knows when he's beat. Rankle, how about you? You bringing up the rear, or are you doing anything fancy?
Rankle, he'll bring up the rear. He's going to give himself a little bit of space between himself and Blitz. He kind of wants to make sure there's a bit of space between everybody, just in case somebody comes from any different angle. He wants to be able to, defend us from behind, or be able to run up to Blitz's location if they somehow get. So he'll probably let Blitz get, I don't know, 20, 30 feet ahead of him before he starts following.
Sure. Do you have any playbook moves that would assist or give you any kind of advantage in this sitch, or do you think you're just relying on your skills?
Rankle's pretty tanky, so he's not trying to do anything fancy. He's just he's just cruising along like he's just walking through the woods.
Nice, excellent. Yeah, you all follow along. All right, you're in. It's similar to where you were before, right? The tall grasses and the weeds of the marshlands are, kind of what you were contesting with, as opposed to, say, like trees and bushes that you would like in the forest lands to the north. There's still the pitfalls, sinkholes that you have to deal with to get around. Make sure you're not drowning in anything, or not, finding any like unforeseen, super deep parts of the marshes. But you're still able to track Beatrice's makeshift trail until you eventually come kind of winding back to the main road. It's like, this is the road, the path, what have you, that leads into Gramble's log from the west. So the roads here are rougher a bit than they are in a lot of the other parts of the woodland, right? Like a lot of the other woodland, the trails are like defined. They're like not paved, but like, just very packed earth, because they've been well worn and traveled time and time again. In the marshlands, they're mushier, they're swampier, right? You're like perpetually walking through wetlands. So even if there is a well-worn trail, it still sinks a bit. There's going to be wet bits here and there. But so at this point, it becomes apparent. It's easier to track, because you can see like fresh paw prints in the mud and whatnot, that they lead right back towards Gramble's log. Right, you follow and there's no divergence, right? It's not they trailed off this way back into the wilderness or that. It was like you're on the trail. It's just a march back towards the clearing. It doesn't take you all that long until you begin to reach the outskirts of Gramble's log. You're about the distance outside the clearing that where you would be very close to the home of this is what happens when all my notes are separate. The parents of
Glenda?
Oh,
yeah,
Glenda.
Strong River, the missing fisher, last seen at the Laughing Demon before she came out to her parents' homestead. But yeah, the tracks just continue on towards Gramble's log, down the main path. So no real divergence or whatever from the path itself.
I will ungag Larry.
Okay. Flex those pipes.
Where's Tiffany staying in town?
Until now, you were not aware that Tiffany was even in this town, right?
Right, but I'm asking. But we're following Tiffany's trail, right?
Mm-hmm.
Presumably, that's my assumption.
Sure. Yeah.
And
exactly.
I'm asking Larry where Tiffany is staying.
I gotcha.
Because I think Larry will know. I could roll to try and do the persuade someone again, because it's been a minute since.
I'm trying. Yeah, I was actually trying. That's what I was trying to decide. Yeah, that sounds good. But
yeah,
we still using threats these days.
I mean, I don't like Larry. I'm not gonna bribe him.
Yeah, who does?
Yeah, he's not a likable guy. I'm rolling so bad. No, there's no way.
Tell me about
3
it.
on the dice, 4 total. No, not even because it's charm. So just 3.
Oh, yeah.
I'm rolling so bad today.
Happens to the best of us.
Felix's bad roll day.
Bad roll day. Very, very bad, very roll bad day.
Very roll bad day for Felix.
Yeah, no, that's good. We're gonna say he answers you truthfully, but the bad roll, the way you're to account for, I don't know what I'm saying. The way this works out is you do get an honest answer from him, but it's maybe not what you were expecting. And Larry looks at you and he says, I thought she was with Regina, and wouldn't even be here for another day. So, color me surprised. I saw that my big sis by 2 minutes, still looking out for me. But your guess is as good as mine.
So Regina's probably also here already.
Whoa.
Well, maybe we just
like a hummingbird. Like a hummingbird.
Maybe we just take you straight to the council so you can share your story. What do you guys think?
What the city, like the clearing council? That was
I think you have a lot of things to tell them.
That was never part of the deal. I was just gonna bring you back.
No, the only part of the deal was I don't make you into soup.
Yeah, do you want
everything else is fair game.
Oh, that's
I was just gonna stab you and then shoot you. Soup is a good option too.
Larry, like, I don't want to say, I mean, he doesn't like exhale. Like, well, Blitz, I underestimated you. Looks like you finally found some friends. Who really back up what they say. This mouse in a soup. Oh, I don't want to end up like that. Listen. Yeah, we did you dirty. We betrayed your parents. We, did all that. I'm not saying I run with the most honest crew in the world here, but I'm telling you what I know. I really thought my sister wasn't in the area. So here, he's just sort of, he's like, oh, I guess he can't do this because his hands are bad.
His little box brows just scrunch.
It's just like, it's struggling so hard to like compute. And he's like, I don't want to say it, but I don't know. I don't know what good I am to you anymore, seeing as that's the end of my knowledge.
Right now, you're a bargaining chip.
Do we
Yeah, I'll take
think
it.
that?
I'll take it.
Yeah,
As long as it keeps me alive, I'll take it.
yeah. Bargaining chips stay alive. Do we think that like Tiffany even took Beatrice? Do we think maybe someone else took Beatrice? Like,
You know that
speaking to my
Larry
fellow players,
thinks she did.
Larry thinks that, but now I'm
Right.
thinking we know that Regina's ship is coming in like a day and a night, right? Like the day after tomorrow, whatever. Or the ship that we're supposed to tail, that is when Larry thought someone was coming in, right?
Right. His info was that the smuggler shipment that y'all heard about from Cleo is Regina.
Mhm.
And who and or whatever Marquis say forces or
Right.
you know whatever she's bringing in to help with this undermining / destabilization of the clearing.
Mhm.
And it's all been related. He, again, according to what he's been saying, it's all been related to these disappearances. But yeah, that's about as much as y'all know so far, etc.
Right. And it doesn't look like we'll be able to track this trail we're following once we get into the clearing because it's going to be a city, right? It's going to be maybe tough to track. Or do we think we could keep trying to track it into the city?
I mean, we can always ask if people saw Beatrice.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna say you're welcome.
Beatrice
see
is
what
hard to
happens.
miss. Yeah, Beatrice is hard to miss.
I'm just wondering to the group, like, do we think this is even Tiffany?
Tiffany's sneaky enough.
Yeah, Tiffany is sneaky enough.
Evil enough to do it. This is her brother.
Okay, I say in that case, let's just try to keep following the trail into town, and we'll do the same thing again. I will try to hide in the sort of. Do I think I could track this trail like in the city without talking to people? Like, do I think I can try and follow it? Like, I feel like there might not be any way for me to try and sneak ahead, and like I think we might have to start talking to people.
I think
once we get into the clearing.
I think I have an ability. I have to look at my
Please do
real quick.
Because I'm pretty much, if we're gonna have to be talking to people, I'm not gonna be able to use my sort of sneaks.
I have a thing for bird of prey. Mark an exhaustion to activate an ability. Track down a denizen from the air without revealing yourself. And if I wanted to, could I make the denizen Beatrice?
I think
what does denizen mean?
I think denizen's kind of specific in the context of Root. Like it's kind of like usually like a bystander, not like a PC or a major NPC. But gotcha. I don't know if that could be, unless or like it seems like they're a specific faction, right?
Yeah, mostly correct. Denizen is just the blanket
statement.
Yeah, statement label for just like the regular folk of the woodland.
Yeah,
right.
Gotcha.
So a town mayor could be considered a denizen if that clearing is not affiliated with the Marquise, the Airy dynasties, the Woodland Alliance, right? Like they were just a denizen clearing.
Gotcha.
It's supposed to just represent the regular folk of the woodland who don't necessarily claim allegiance to one or the other. Now that's not to say that say a baker, miner, fisher, whatever in a clearing controlled by the Marquise is considered a member of the Marquise, right? They're still a denizen because they're not part of the ruling party. Right, so it does mean just you could call just about anyone a denizen if they aren't like a significant figure in one of these factions, or say like a guards person, in a soldier in the Aery Dynasty's army will not be considered a denizen. They're going to be considered a part of the faction, right? So they're a little more aligned with that faction's drives, ideals, etc., seeing as they're stabbing for them, right? Beatrice and Tiffany kind of also fall outside of that definition because they're considered vagabonds,
right?
Not denizens. So they fall into the same category that y'all do, right? These outcasts, outsiders who are skilled enough that they could avoid tracking of, like survive in the woodland longer than say a regular denizen. Or like if denizens attempted what y'all just did, like wander the woodlands or wander the wilderness to find Larry in his cave or whatever, they probably would end up dead, right?
Gotcha.
So
I just thought I'd see.
It's, if you can think of maybe like I don't know. I'm trying to think of how it would be useful. Well, like give me the actually let's do this. As a DM who loves to say yes, it's like that's my job, right? I am a fan of the characters. I am not here to be the adversary. I'm here to be the enabler. I want to enable y'all doing awesome shit. So it is read me the move. What am I gonna find it? It's bird stuff, right?
Yeah, it's
species move.
It's like a species move. I have it's I think I screenshotted it and put it in the chat, so it should be there. What it exactly says. Yeah.
Mark exhaustion, activate the track of denizens from the air without revealing yourself. Flash out talons, fly net. Yeah. Okay. Here's how we're gonna this. Blitz, you fly ahead. You can fly. And the others can't. You're able to make it to Gramble's log, the clearing proper, a bit ahead of the rest of the crew. So, Rankle and Felix, and you see a couple of figures that may match the description. It's hard to tell, right? From where you are, and again, the hustle and bustle of the clearing itself, it hasn't quite died down. We'll say it's like late evening, right? So there's a lot of fishing boats still coming back to port. The docks are a kind of jumble of activity as fishing boats and their crews dock and just depart and everything. But you do see a hooded figure with another one like right in front of them that looks like a red-furred squirrel heading in towards the docks district of the clearing before you kind of lose them, and then you kind of swoop back and then meet your companions on the path. We'll say just right outside of Gramble's log, right? So you have, we'll say like a general idea of where they may have headed, but not like you haven't pinpointed them.
Yeah, they're heading towards the docks. The docks district is
there you go. Yep.
Okay.
And so like Blitz, like all this talk about Tiffany and Regina maybe being here early. His wings have just been like a hummingbird's, and he just takes off towards Brand. Like all this talking about going and should we go, and he just goes, and he flies as high as he can, where he can still see people, not just dots. Sees that and immediately swoops down as they're meeting at the edge of town, landing on a tree, and he's like, I think I saw a lot, but I saw two really close individuals like pressed up against one another, front and back, heading towards the docks. I saw red, so could be her. We don't have any other lead, but that's what I saw. I want to trust my luck on this one.
Right, you saw red as in fur color or rage?
Fur.
Okay.
Fur.
This is rage.
Let's be real.
It's a good.
That was good.
I think there's a smile for the first time in a bit. It's like for this time, fur. Yeah.
Oh. Go take a peek, shall we?
Staking out the ducks 2 nights in a row, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But are we going to be dragging along our...
That is my question. What are we going to do with Larry?
We do have
is he
rooms
still
at
gagged?
the Demon. I was just kind of chuck him in one of those.
Is Larry still gagged?
I think we took it off when we asked him the question. So if you'd like
Yeah.
him to be ungagged.
Yeah. What are you gonna do with me?
Yeah, that is a good question. Maybe we turn you into soup early.
That's just gonna keep going. Just imagine it's just like constant.
Did you have a place at the docks?
What's that?
I'm asking Larry. Did you have a place at the docks you were staying at?
I had a cave in the
Yeah, they were
marshes
staying in the cave.
that you took me away from.
Mm-hmm. Did your sister say anything about a place in the docks?
She didn't. She said she'd be arriving on a boat in 2 days, and I'm just supposed to sit out there with my bedroll and using a rock for a pillow till then. So, be honest, a little irked, thinking that she might be already in the clearing, sleeping pretty, while I've been out there sleeping on a rock and painting a crossbow with house paint.
I gag him again. Seeing the look in Blitz's eye, just like, well, I don't want to kill him right now, so I'm just gonna just cut this off real quick
Blitz can
before
enjoy
Blitz
this
does
later.
something he regrets.
Right.
Yeah. Do you guys what's your, I don't know we can't sneak around the docks with Larry. What are we gonna do with them? And I don't want to take the time to take him to the council right now. I think we should go straight for Beatrice.
We can see if Gregory and Smythe are busy. Leave him with a couple guards, toss him a little bit of wealth, call it good.
True. You did know too. Ooh. No, I'm glad you mentioned that.
As
As you're getting closer to town.
For GM saying the statement, I'm glad you mentioned that. It's,
No,
it's always a 50-50 gamble.
No, this is fine. It's fine for y'all. We'll say you've approached. You're close enough to town now that you see the. What side are we on? The west side gate, right?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, Gregory and Smythe were the ones who were on guard when you left. And they told you, they gave you the info on like, oh, we weren't the ones on guard the night that the disappearances happened.
Mm-hmm.
It was 2 others, right? I think they were talking specifically when the possum had disappeared. A chipmunk and a boxer, right? A dog. Those are the guards you see on duty now as you're approaching the western gate, or like as you're coming back into the clearing from the direction you went. They see you approaching with Larry. The chipmunk said, "Whoa, what's all this then? It looks like you got someone bound and gagged there. You don't look. You let this guy go? What's going on?"
Well, we were hoping maybe you could take him.
Well, has he committed a crime against the clearing? What's going on? What have you? They both kind of like starting to like steady their spears a bit, not towards you, but towards Larry. And they're like, what's he done then?
What would that be? Conspiracy to commit a coup? What's that?
Yeah.
Is there a word for that?
Coop?
A legal word for that?
The conspiracy?
Coopspiracy? Talking about those new wagons
Conspiracy.
they lower the ground?
That's cool.
More aerodynamic than the sedans?
No. Good. God, that's good.
A different meaning of the word.
That's good.
Oh, yeah, okay then. I'm sorry. I apologize for that.
No need to
I'm a
apologize.
knucklehead.
It's a crime, but you're free to go.
Thank you. He said, fine. Wait a minute. Bird? Fox?
Yes, we're those
Mouse?
people.
Grumpy mouse?
Yeah, we're looking for the squirrel. We're kind of in a rush.
Oh! Y'all are the heroes of Gramble's log. Y'all ain't hear about the missing people, are you?
We are actually.
Oh, goodness. You got something to do with it? They both like just immediately, it's like, you got something to do with
trying
it?
to find him. Trying to find him.
He's connected.
Yeah. Well, they both sort of relax, you know. They're like, well, if y'all are on the case, oh yeah, of course. You want to take them off your hands? You want to keep them with y'all?
Yes. We would love for you to.
Yeah, we got some stocks who can put this one in. No questions asked.
Can we? Could I also bother you all to send word to the council that this particular fox has some things to say to them? Some information that will be useful to them.
That he will speak or he will be turned to soup.
Well, that's a new one. Well, I suppose y'all know best. Yes. They promise they'll take them off your hands once they can get another guard to relieve them. They'll either relinquish Larry to that guard to take to a proper holding cell and alert the council, or let that guard take over to it. They're like, leave the logistics up to us. But yeah, we'll
they'll move it up the chain.
Exactly, and they'll take Larry off your hands if you're looking to dump him off as well.
Yeah, can I, before I leave, I'm not good at this, but I want to try to figure a person out just to see, because these are the guards who were there the night of the disappearances. I just want to make sure they're not sympathetic to this recruitment happening and that they are actually going to hold on to Larry.
Can I assist in this?
I would say yes, but I would hold off to burn your exhaustion until you see the results of the roll.
Yeah,
right?
See if I keep rolling terrible or not. It might not be worth burning the exhaustion.
But yes, absolutely, you can roll to figure someone out. And we can count this towards the both of them, right? We're not going to pick a specific.
Yeah, I just want to get the vibe of these cards together.
Yeah, we're gonna treat them as a pair.
Okay, 6, so I actually could use that help. Because I'm just below success.
So Blitz is gonna burn an exhaustion and bump that up to a 7. Absolutely. So you will hold 1, and you get to ask any one of the figure someone out questions. I really love how much y'all been using this move tonight. Can I just say? It's
so good. It's such a good move. I love it. I just want to get in everyone's head. I'm bad at it, but I want to get in everyone's head.
I commend it. You should continue doing so. I love it.
Yeah. Because even though Felix isn't charming, isn't good at that, he still wants to know. So yeah, I want to know. I guess I mostly care. What does your character intend to do?
In regards to their...
In regards to... I don't know. Maybe I'll consult with my fellow players. Should I go
Larry?
to Larry? I'm wondering if I should ask if they're gonna actually pass along the information, or if I should ask, how are they really feeling? Like, how do they really feel about the council? Are they really gonna...
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm wondering, should I go for how they're feeling towards the council? Or should I go for what are they actually going to do to Larry? What do you guys think?
I think feelings about the council, because who cares what they do to Larry at this point?
Yeah, I just mean, like, I don't want them to let him go.
No, yeah.
Not, like, lie to the council or something.
Yeah.
You know?
Word.
I'll ask, how do they really feel about the council? Are they cool with passing along this information to them?
Are they cool?
I guess I will say specifically, to be super specific, how do they really feel about if they were to be recruited by this. By
When
Larry.
we
Or
say
by-
the word, when we
by
said the word
Tiffany.
coup, when we said the word coup, did they go oh or ooh?
Because they might not even know like fully if it's a coup, but I want to know how would they feel about being recruited to do something about the council. Because even if they're good guys, right? Like I think Glenda Strongwater is like a good person probably,
Right,
but like
right.
if she, from what we know about her, but she also
Mhm.
could probably have very valid complaints about the council. So I think this is sort of where my paranoid brain is going. So I want to know how would they really feel if they were recruited by whoever recruited these people, like to do something to do something against the council.
And I say this is exactly the territory we thought we'd get into.
Ah,
Who's siding with who?
Yeah, I love
Uh,
factions, man.
it's split.
Split.
Boxer, you can tell just from your it's the whole interaction, right? The mention of the word coup, the please take this, not traitor necessarily, but this is obviously someone who's been committing crimes against the clearing. The chipmunk has had this sort of nervous look in their eyes this whole time. Felix, since you rolled, you noticed a passing glance between the chipmunk and Larry, like
Larry.
what am I doing here?
That is what I
So
suspected.
in terms of, I'm sorry, which one we rolled? What do they intend to do again, or what are they? Oh, the true feelings.
No, I wanted to know what are they really feeling, and so I think you kind of answered that.
RE the
RE
clearing
being
council.
recruited, and they're like to do something against the council.
You can tell that the boxer's feelings are true. Like he is an upstanding guard, right? He's like totally like he meant like when he talked to y'all, like, whoa, the heroes of Gramble's log, all reverence, right? No sarcasm.
Mm.
If y'all say jump, he's gonna say faux show kind of thing. The chipmunk has been very quiet, very hesitant, almost like kind of like taking
Not sure what to do.
1.5 step backs, he's nodding along, but definitely something very, very wishy-washy in their temperament. Almost like they're not in agreement with any of this that's going down.
I'm worried about this boxer. Okay. Because if we leave them, the boxer's outnumbered.
Uh-oh.
But if we don't go after Beatrice, who knows what's going to happen to her?
Who knows what'll happen? What a bastard. What an absolute
What is
bug.
Felix going to do?
Yeah, you tell me.
I know. Because I also don't even think I can consult with Rankle or Blitz right now because we're all together. Right? So I can't just be like, this guard is should you let me.
Well, let's take a
Points out
pause,
each one.
right?
Mhm.
I'm not the kind of GM that discourages tabletop. I'll just say that.
Right.
The player interaction is just as critical as the character interaction, right?
Totally.
This is a game. I recognize it as such. I kind of take umbrance with DMs who are like, every interaction happens as in character. That's unrealistic. We're here to play a game. You are players of that game. This game has rules. This game has mechanics. It would be a disservice to y'all to disallow you from discussing the game, the narrative, and the mechanics as y'all, as opposed to like, well, we can only do what our characters are gonna do, right?
Yeah, I wasn't being super strict
all.
about it. I'm just like, really, I was really just trying to think like, ooh, what would Felix really do in this moment? But that is a good reminder that like, yeah, we are as players. We can talk to each other.
Yeah, no, that's totally valid. And I just want to say, I'm not that kind of DM or GM, right? I'm not gonna be like, no table talk.
Totally, yeah.
you roll if you want to talk to each other. Like that's never gonna happen. But yeah, what do you want
okay.
to do with Larry?
I guess maybe I'll throw like a look to like Rankle specifically, but also to Blitz, like, and like and look at the squirrel, like, and then that's how I'm saying Felix is being shifty in this moment.
I think
you guys have ideas?
I think Rankle would pick up on that look just because of his history with Felix.
Mm-hmm.
Taking a peek at the squirrel and look at the boxer. This is a tough situation.
I know.
I think Rankle's gonna look at these two cards and just say, would it be alright if I escorted Larry with the two of you? I just want to make sure he gets to where he's going. I might have some more.
Boxer guard perks up. He's like, "Yo, much obliged there, Sir Rankle. Yeah, I'd be honored.
Of course, I mean, I know you're
this prisonable.
You're quite busy with all the disappearances and such. I don't do distract work."
The chipmunk makes a run for it. Just bolts.
I'm gonna go for him. I'm gonna follow.
Please do.
Yeah. I don't know. Is there something I can roll for that?
I mean, let's talk about what kind of fancy moves you got there.
Fancy moves I got. Most of my fancy moves are sneaking around. But I would try to see if there's a like. Is there a way that like chases or there's finesse moves. Could I try to use like lunge but instead of just trying to do harm, try to do it like kind of like a grapple? Or is it's lunge only for like harm? I'm just like looking at the moves list, like what could I possibly do?
I'm sorry, where's lunge?
It's under oh, you know what? This might be like a specific thing that you have to take to use it, because I see parry under here as well, so I probably can't.
Like
that might be something you have to like take as a move.
It is. It's a weapon move. So
okay, never mind. I will not do that.
Battle fury. Yeah, it's a weapon skill.
So I shoot them in the thigh as they attempt to run.
Yeah.
With a crossbow, with this crossbow I've got.
You 100% can. So you would just
and I'm just chasing him, I think.
So yeah, Felix, you give chase. You have not lost the. He's not getting too far, right? But Blitz, it sounds like you're targeting someone.
Yeah.
No doubt. I'm just. Cool. So you will roll finesse, and on a hit, you inflict injury. On a 10+, you can strike again before they get to cover, inflicting injury again.
Cool.
Or you can choose to. It says keep your position hidden. I'm
not really hiding.
You're not, which is fine. Like I kind of take umbrance with how the ranged moves work in this game, kind of.
Like you have to be hidden or something.
Mm-hmm. It always says with a vulnerable foe at far range. I'm like, if they're at range and you can hit them with a bow, how are they not vulnerable?
Yeah.
Right. I roll a.
You're not
7.
in a tank.
A 7.
Yeah, so you inflict injury.
I'm just trying to slow them down or trip them up.
Yeah. No, you just don't get the bonus of striking again, but you are using, from my understanding, a legendary weapon. So it's going to do a little more damage than normal. We'll say, because this does inflict 2 injury. Well, let me ask you, would it be okay if this attack did not inflict any injury but guaranteed that they're not going anywhere?
I think that's fair.
Okay.
I think
Especially
that's our
because
intention.
yeah, that's the intention. Plus, I think this thing's been fucked with a lot since it's been out of the care of my father.
Yeah.
So that its purpose has changed, or
Right.
its purpose is not the one it used to be.
Right, and plus all these just random like shells and things on it, right?
Yeah, it's
Throwing
it's-
your aim off, your balance is off. The
yeah,
tchotchkes.
yeah, it's like instinctively Blitz, like he thinks about running, then feels the weight of something heavy. He's like, "What the hell is that?" Turns and he sees that it's his father's crossbow, and almost like time slows down, and instinctively he just loads that bolt in, takes that breath in and that out, and just shoots to trip them up. And it almost feels like he's like his father's hand is guiding him to like make the right shot. He just pulls the trigger and gets him.
And boom, got him. Yeah, absolutely. I'll even give you one more. You're able to like let loose, and it just becomes this sort of natural motion, right? You haven't used this crossbow in years, but it's like you haven't missed a beat. You helped make this, right? You know how it functions. The core mechanics of it have not been altered, right? All the parts that matter are all still there. It's just the aesthetic that has been ruined by this tasteless fox, right? This no account, jerkwad. And the bolt flies off, and it's just instinct. You load one, another, just almost without having to think about it, and boom, and they both hit their mark, which was never the chipmunk themselves, right? But rather we'll say their clothing, and you it's like a classic like Hawkeye Robin Hood move, right? Where each bolt pierces like the fabric of their pant leg, and there's to the ground, so they're just like stuck in place. They're unable to move, can't go anywhere. Just like struggling to. This is my ankle. They're not going anywhere.
Just the shaky. Next one doesn't hit your clothes. Next one doesn't tie you up.
Yeah, I approached the chipmunk.
Sure.
Now, where are you running off to? Something got you nervous?
I gotta say nothing to you. You see them struggling with their pants. They're not trying to pull the bolt out, but it's like just very firmly wedged into the ground. Like, come on.
We're just doing this all day, huh? Just
Peeps be running.
It's the session for it,
They don't want to talk.
It's the session for it. I'm gonna threaten him and ask him what he knows. And Felix keeps doing things he's bad at.
I mean, anyone else can also try to persuade with threats.
Rankle's kind of hanging
for it.
Rankle's kind of hanging back, and he would have grabbed onto Larry the second Blitz pulled up his crossbow to make sure Larry doesn't fucking book it anywhere. And I also just want to know what is the boxer's reaction to what's going on?
Yeah.
Complete shock.
I'm gonna kind of lean over to him and be like, "Well, seems like you might have some infighting going on here."
The boxer looks at you and goes, "What? What is James was a new recruit. He hasn't been with us more than 6 months, but he always seemed on the up and up to me. I just can't believe what's going on in my own clearing anymore."
Is James from this clearing, or did he come from out of town?
No. Now that you mention it, he said he come down from Curandero Falls. not but a year ago. Said he was looking for, somewhere better to live. Heard about how we were doing fine without either the Marquise or Irie here. And, he seemed to get along with everyone well enough. And then, some months back, said he wanted to give back to the clearing and joined up with the town guard. Never really saw it from him before then. He's working an odd job here and there, fixing a roof, whatnot, patching this.
Any other guards have that story?
Oh geez, now that you mention it, it hasn't been the easiest keeping our ranks full, seeing as we weren't but Area Dynasty's soldiers but a year ago. A lot of us threw down the spear, so to speak, once that was over. Said they'd rather return, simple life, fish and farm and whatnot. So sure, yeah, we've been taking on newcomers, Curandero Falls, Carlota's Keep, anywhere nearby that, anyone just wants to come by, try to live their lives a little better. We got even some as far from Wellsbury, Savannah's Blessing, now they mention it. All Marquis
Savannah's Blessing
clearings.
Cool. I'd like to search James's pockets for anything incriminating, anything we can use to help our case, because right now we kind of just look like we're just going on their faith that they trust that we're good people right now. So I'm trying to look for some sort of proof or anything on them.
Yeah, you search James. He's incapacitated. He doesn't really can't really go anywhere, right? You find two things, right? It takes you a minute, but you're able to pat him down sufficiently. There's a crumpled note. And all it says is the docks, midnight, night after tomorrow, and it's signed with an X. The other curious thing is you find a coin on him. Is not with his. He's got like a coin purse, just like anyone else would keep his money in, right? But he has a coin on him that is separate, isn't kept with his currency. On one side, you see a rabbit's skull. On the other, a bird's talon. It's identical to the coin given to you by Cleo.
I just hold up the coin to show Blitz and Rankle.
Mm-hmm.
And GM, this coin didn't originally come from Cleo. It came from somebody on the ship we were on, correct?
Or on the docks.
Right. Oh, that's right. Sorry.
It was slipped to somebody. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, no. That's a different campaign I'm thinking of when someone gave them that coin directly.
No, you're good. You're good.
I'm sorry.
It's all good.
I use these crows a lot.
Totally fine.
Was it the crow? Yeah. No. It was. No, you're right. There was a coin that one of y'all found in your pocket on the ship. But if y'all recall, there was a crow member of the ship's crew who kind of gave you a ambiguous warning about the clearing, and then a coin ended up in someone's pocket. Anyway.
I do remember that little crow.
Yeah, identical to that coin. Shortly after you all retrieved that message on the arrow that said "Stay out of our clearing."
Signed with an X.
Also signed with an X. Yes. So we're gonna let y'all ponderosa on that while we take a quick little break. I think we've gone pretty long tonight. I apologize. We would have broken earlier, but the drama has just been so intense that I've not been able to do that. For y'all, all of y'all joining us at home, I sincerely hope that you join us back up after the break. And if you haven't taken time to consider joining to our super cool charity night, Trans Lifeline, I hope that you do. Please check out the link in the chat. It is an amazing cause. We'll be back in 5 to 10-ish. I hope you're here when we are. Hi, hello, and welcome back, everybody, to Midnight in the Marshes. This is episode 3 of our wonderful, wonderful actual play here of Root, the TTRPG. When we left off, our band of vagabonds had uncovered another member of this wild conspiracy to undermine the clearing of Gramble's log. A unsuspecting member of the clearing guard, chipmunk named James, who bolted at the mention of a conspiracy plot against the clearing, was handedly subdued by our vagabonds and is now presumably awaiting questioning. How do we handle James? I think we've already been slapping him around a little, but yeah, what do we...
Yeah, I think that we left off with I'm just holding up the coin to Rankle and Blitz and showing them that it is indeed the same coin that we found
on the ship that brought you here.
On the ship.
Blitz, when you searched Larry, did you find a coin that's on him?
I don't know.
No.
I did not.
I'm gonna wave it in front of Larry, ungag him, and be like, first of all, recognize that chipmunk?
No. A lot of moving parts around here. I'm not in the know, so to speak, with all of them.
Oh, yeah. You don't seem to know too much, huh? Just
told...
left out. Your sister just leaving you out of everything, leaving you out of the loop.
They said they'd be back for me, and that they'd bring me, that this would be good for me to strike out on my own. I just had to hold the western position in that cave, make sure no one started snooping around these disappearances.
And you did such a good job.
And if they did, I would take care of them. Yeah, I did a good job. I paid really good coin to some really shady folk in the clearing to tip me off. Apparently they tipped you off first.
Yeah, you did such a good job with that.
Yeah, maybe I should have paid them more.
And then I'm going to hold the coin in front of him and be like, do you recognize this?
Look, takes a good look. Like, what is that, funny money? That's not going to be, no one takes, what is that? Nah, there's no bird king's face on that. There's no cat on that. No one takes that kind of money. What is that? You get that from
Tiffany
across
really
the lake?
is the brains of you two, huh?
Why do you say that? Larry,
useless Larry. I'll turn back to James and just ask him, where did you get this?
Imagine a Kronk who isn't even charismatic.
Right?
You can't even go, he's adorable.
Just a bully. Just a bully. Ineffective, doesn't know what's going on, and mean.
Right, the coup against Gramble's log. The Gramble's
yeah.
coup.
The Gramble's log coup.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, I'll turn my attention to the chipmunk, hopeful that they are smarter than Larry. And I will ask them where they got the coin. Who gave them the coin?
You're gonna have to the chipmunk somehow has the exact same voice as Larry, because I'm too tired to think of another one. Oh no, we'll do my random NPC draw one. Y'all gonna have to do better than that. I ain't telling you nothing. I got paid good money to keep my mouth shut, and I intend to do it, not like this dumbass fox over here.
You got paid money to keep your mouth shut, and you're a guard who works for the city? That sounds like admission of a crime.
Huh?
You were bribed as a guard of the clearing?
I'd like to have my last statement stricken from the record.
I look over at the boxer and I'm like, do you do that? Do you just strike things from the record all the time? That doesn't seem following the rule of law either.
The boxer pulls this little notebook out of his back pocket and starts flipping around, and he's like, says here, Bill of Rights equals no. So no.
Yeah, tough break. Bill of Rights equals no.
Not every clearing is perfect.
But neither is Felix, so he doesn't really care.
Well, what's gonna happen to me if I don't tell y'alls?
I like nod over to Rankle and say, he's gonna turn you into soup.
Rankle's gonna pull out the jar again and just unscrew it so slowly and just take another long hit off of it. Start chewing
And
it up.
can I treat this as trying to help Rankle threaten this NPC instead of me directly?
It's like looking quite empty, you know.
It sounds like a persuade. We're trying to persuade an NPC using
persuade an MP3 using threats of soup again.
Cross out promises and just go with threats.
Rankle. Never, no promises ever. No, none.
That was all Beatrice. Beatrice is the heart of our group, and she's missing, and we're losing it.
Our heart getting darker and darker.
Without Beatrice, it's Earth 2. Barry died, and y'all just went dark.
Yeah, just went dark.
No, absolutely.
And I think.
Sorry, go.
Oh, I said I'm just gonna say, let me know what you get, Nate, because I can mark 2 exhaustion to help you if we need it, because we're friends.
Double up. Yeah, I get it.
Gotcha. All right, let's see what we can get here. That's 9.
Oh, okay, not even needed. Or should I give 1? Maybe I'll give 1 to bump it up to a 10 because that's way better.
That'll give you more.
I'll do that.
More persuasion options. So yeah, mark an exhaustion, and that makes that 9 to 10. And Rankle, you have a myriad of options. When you roll to persuade an NPC, I guess. Oh no, I'm thinking. On a 10, they see things your way, provided you've given them a strong motivation or reasonable bribe. I think getting not turned into soup is a strong motivation.
If we've learned anything today, it's that.
Yeah, absolutely right. And y'all,
soup is the strongest weapon.
I said y'all.
Soup is the strongest weapon.
Right, y'all are vagabonds. Most of the people in this clearing know y'all as a tough situation because, you know, you helped liberate it from the 𝙒𝙧𝙧 dynasties and all that. Your reputation does go quite far around here. Our chipmunk, James, he's like, oh, all right, fine. Yeah, I don't want to get turned into no soup. I don't know what mouse drink, but it sounds like it's me. Yeah, I don't know. Someone just approached me the other night. I was working the guard shift with this sad sack over here, the boxer. He's like, he's crying a little bit. He's like, I never thought. They thought he was my friend. You know, the betrayal. Oh, what was me? Kind of thing. He's like, he just said, if anyone came around asking about that possum disappeared, I'm gonna shut my mouth, not say what I know, what happened. And if anyone comes around asking about the other people who disappeared, to come tell them and tell them who it is now. Obviously that's not happening anymore because y'all caught me before I could snitch on y'all.
Rankle's
I promised bringing this coin to them. They gave me 10 value to snitch on anyone looking out for these disappearing people.
Rankle's gonna.
Have you already snitched? Have you already snitched?
No, this was his attempt to snitch. It was just bolting.
Okay. Gotcha.
So no. What's Rankle up to?
Rankle's gonna kind of walk over to this chipmunk, and again, Rankle's a mouse, but he's like a fucking rat-sized mouse.
Oh yeah.
He's just gonna lean in real close. His buck teeth, they are indeed like sharpened to the point of like razor blades.
Sick.
As he just kind of leans in real close and just says, "Why don't you just go ahead and give us the name of who's trying to keep you quiet?"
No, you already did. I'm pondering having you persuade again, but no.
If that's a more dangerous role for them to give up.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know how it would be more dangerous for them. They've already been threatened to be turned into soup. It's like, all
Unless
right,
they think this person is scarier than being soup is the question.
That's a good point.
It's possible.
The chipmunk, knowing they've been trying this entire time to loosen the binds on their, the crossbow bolts that have pierced their pant leg and struck them to the ground. They realize there's no coming loose. I'm like, look, it surprised me, because I never saw this coming, but it was Cleo, the owner of that weird little shop. Don't ask me how I know, but I know it was her. It wasn't her, but it was her. You know what I mean? One of her strange little gophers, little come fetch me this, come fetch me that kind of folk approached me last night in the tavern. Rewind it. A few nights ago in the tavern, just to start keeping a lookout, keep my mind and keep my mouth shut about what happened when that possum went missing. I don't know how I know it was hers, but you know how it is. She got all these young denizens, young critters running around delivering packages for her, dropping off messages here and there. You know something weird's going on out of that shop. They ain't just selling curio, if you know what I mean. That's who it was.
I turn to. Do we have the boxer's name? Did we ask?
Oh yeah.
Felix will awkwardly just be like, look at the boxer to be like, can we? I'm sorry, I never got your name. You're
Bronzino.
Bronzino?
That's a fish.
Or Bronzino.
Sure. Hold on. Boxer Jorgen.
Jorgen.
Jorgan. Jorgen the boxer.
Love that.
Don't we? I feel, can I be honest with y'all? Sometimes I feel like a game dev on a Final Fantasy game, because I just think, I'm like, what sounds like a European name but isn't? Jorgen.
That is, yeah, a little bit off. A little bit off.
Sid, Cloud. Let's just go with these names.
Yeah, just throw a noun in there every once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, love Jorgen. Yeah, I will. Felix will turn to Jorgen and ask, like, can we call for backup, because we have to go find our friend right now.
How much backup are we? How much backup are we talking? Jorgen, the high-pitched voiced boxer, says.
Because I'm looking over at my friends, like, we gotta go. Like, we're taking too much time on these.
I mean, my only concern,
Beatrice,
is I'm only assuming James isn't the only guard who's feeling this way. I don't want to give Jorgen more.
Who do we trust?
Yeah.
Look at the boxer.
Do we know?
Who do you trust? I look at the boxer. Who do you trust?
He trusted James. we don't know.
Jorgen looks at us like, I trust y'all.
Anyone
right?
who's Felix like visibly cringes anytime Jorgen refers to them as heroes.
Y'all liberated the clearing.
Yeah.
You're here to help us out now, right? So I don't have to do nothing but watch the gate.
Okay, I know, Jorgen. This is a lot for you. This is a big day for you, Jorgen, and I'm sorry. But we are gonna need your help with this.
Yeah, no, he mentions, he's like, well, I mean, you know, most of the guard I did trust till now, but now that James, I guess.
Let me ask you this, Jorgen. Do you know anyone who's been here for how long have you been working as a guard here?
Jorgen was Boxer. He's a dog. I've been working since right after I was a pup. I just recruited right in after school. I'm Gramble's log, born and raised myself. It was the guard captain recruited me herself, said plumb trustworthy, and to be honest, I've always just wanted to serve my clearing the way y'all helped keep us safe. I just want to keep us safe.
Guarantee you, Jorgen, you've done more for this clearing than we have. Do you know anyone who has been here as long as you? Who's from here?
Well, that'd be the captain of the guard. Good old Steph. She's a badger. No, she's a frog. She's an Anora, like the Steph Rostro.
Steph.
Rostro. Captain of the guard. Frog folk. Y'all
would we have known?
Well. You would.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was not anyone. We'll say she wasn't anyone special when y'all were part of the group that liberated the clearing, liberated Gramble's log, but she was more of a regular, I guess. You get she enlisted or whatever, right, with the rebellion or with the group that y'all led. Was she fought with y'all, but wasn't like instrumental to the planning, strategy, etc.
Right.
So to hear that she's risen to the rank of captain of the guard, kind of impressive for her, right? But yeah, she's been around as long as anyone else, as long as what's his name here? Our boxer friend.
Jorgen.
Yeah, Jorgen.
Jorgen.
Sorry, that's such a dumbass name I came up with.
I love it though. It's so good for him. A sad boxer guard named Jorgen. It's perfect.
Yeah, as just as long as Jorgen or Bale or anyone else that you've met that you knew, a year ago here in the clearing.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's born and bred Gramble's log.
So is Glenda, right? So my hesitation. So is Glenda.
Right. You can't tell.
I look over at Rankle and I'm like, I think we have to trust someone sometime, right? I'm anxious to get Beatrice.
You and Blitz can always go scout ahead. You're a bit more well equipped to hide. I can make sure these ones are taken care of. I can meet Captain, try to get a read on her, and if it seems okay, I can meet you down there.
Okay.
For the best. That makes sense.
Okay. Yeah, Blitz and I will go sneak ahead. Unless Blitz, you want to stay. I think Rankle. Felix is confident in Rankle's ability. Yeah, I guess we'll try to sneak around the docks and try and track down Beatrice. While we just hope that we can trust the captain of the guard.
Here we go.
And we'll see.
Time to play the trusting game.
Right.
Felix doesn't like it. Does not like it at all. But we're spending so much time on this, and I just want to find Beatrice. So.
I think let's remove the crossbow bolts he used. Like, not effortlessly, but just pull hard enough to release them.
Right. From the chipmunk, from James. He
points the ruined end at them. You will cooperate. For the next time I see you, you won't see me.
It starts with an almost invisible point from this point, you see this darkness expand, slowly at first, but quickly as it gains momentum. There's this patch of wetness that appears on James' pants that you understand means he has just thoroughly wet himself from your threat, right? He's just
the way I thought some magic shit was gonna go down right then. I was like, what is happening?
not
Spells
just
in this
him,
game.
not just him peeping his own pants, right?
He peed his own pants. What a dramatic
Absolutely
way to say
not.
he peed himself.
That was beautiful.
I thought something
Oh
real
my-
rough happened. I was like, oh fuck.
One atom becomes two, becomes four,
Stop.
becomes piss.
Becomes pissed.
Better piss than soup, I guess. So, you know.
Become pissed, destroyer of pants.
That's title of the episode tonight. Better piss than soup.
Better piss than soup.
Piss and soup.
Good night, everybody.
Not everybody.
We did it.
I think.
No, he's like understood. Understood. It's just things are hard around here. I've been trying to make some. I guess it wasn't so easy after all.
There are easier ways than being a snitch. He looks over to Felix. He's, I'm gonna take off, get a bird's eye view.
Yeah,
Make sure you're
sounds good.
You take off. As soon as you get a you get enough altitude to kind of get a view of just like the immediate clearing in front of you, you see a familiar figure running in your direction. It is, lo and behold, your friend Beatrice Fleetcheeks. She has like ropes bound around each of her wrists, but they look like they've been severed, right? Cut somehow. She's running your way. Blitz, she notices you in the sky before she notices anyone else. And you don't see anyone pursuing her, although she is running in such a way you think that she thinks she's being pursued. Mm-hmm. And she sees you and she doesn't see the others. She starts yelling, "Let's! It's tonight! It's tonight! We have to go now! It's tonight!" And that's where we will leave off until next time. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. We have been Midnight in the Marshes, a Roots actual play. This has been episode 3. Better something than your pants.
So close.
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
That was there. Better piss than blood, or whatever we decided on.
Better piss.
Soup.
Better piss than blood.
Better
or
piss than soup.
Soup. Soup's good too.
Soup is thicker than blood.
Not always. I've had some. You get into your gazpachos and you don't really know what you're getting consistency wise.
This is a soup show, actually.
I apologize. Yeah, this is just Stoop, the actual play. We're all just gonna bring ingredients next time. I'm bringing the stone. I hope everyone else brings something of more substance. Oh no, I'm sorry. We had fun. Thank you so much for joining us, everyone. We have been Midnight in the Marshes, episode 3. Please join us in 2 weeks' time where we will pick this back up. As a reminder, we have been raising money tonight for Trans Life. That's the whole name, right? Yeah. I donated.
Trans Lifeline.
Trans Lifeline.
Thank you. Trans Lifeline. I know I was missing
yes.
A syllable there. A super great organization that provides both economic and emotional support to trans people in crisis, which we all know is very important now more than ever. So please, if you're able to donate. If not, we're just happy that you were able to join us tonight. I've been Miguel. My pronouns are they, he. I've been your GM. You can find me at Miguel_Clásico wherever social medias are sold. I'm not doing anything else recently, so the streaming wise, catch me here again in 2 weeks for the next episode of this. But what's everyone else up to? Who have you been? What are you doing? Let's go ahead and start with Blitz.
Hey everybody, my name's Christian, aka Fluffy Google, on several socials, mainly on TikTok, but you'll also find me on Twitch, playing several games with several of my friends on several days, whenever I feel like it. You also find me on Thursdays on Roll for Dylan. That's ROLL, the number 4 DYLAN for Vampire the Masquerade's Darkness Over New Orleans. And of course, you can find me on Sundays on Total Party Kisses, Tragedy Theologian, Greek Myth Inspired 5e campaign. Stay tuned for news about other projects I'm in. I have been your just lovable, angry young boy of a bird. Good. Felix. I'm not Felix. Jesus. Blitz. That's the word. That's my name. God. Pronouns are he, him. My pronouns are he, him. I can't wait for this shit show, this soup show to continue.
Soup show. I love it.
It's gonna be a mess,
right? Yeah. Isabel, what's up with you?
I muted. I am Isabel. You can find me all over the internet at Isabel is okay. I am a queer TTRPG performer, writer, and engineer in my regular life. You can find me on Pluto Cleric's Twitch channel the first and third Monday of each month for the Pathfinder Gods Among Mortals campaign, which is super fun, really in-depth, wonderful campaign about mythology and some missing gods. And that entire campaign, the entire time, we are raising money for the Trans Empowerment Project. And that's going to be like a 20 episode or something campaign. So please check us out whenever. You can drop in at any point in the story and support or donate to Trans Empowerment Project, or just share the link about that. Also, another amazing organization. And yeah, that is all that I have going on right now. Just that.
Some amazing. Thank you so much. And Nate, take us on.
Sure. Hi, everybody. I'm Nate. You can find me mainly on Instagram at @ride93, where I post all kinds of just nerdy stuff. You can catch me here on the Initiative Order, obviously playing here with these amazing folks, as well as I am regular GM for Symbaroum, which is a really cool dark fantasy system. We are on break, however, until August. Back with that. Just so we can catch up on some other really cool stuff going on behind the scenes with the Initiative Order. Lots of stuff coming up. Speaking of which, if you want to hang out with us, play games with us, join in our streams, do all kinds of stuff, there is a link to our Discord going around down in the chat. Please come hang out with us. We want to meet you. We want to play games with you. We want to do all the fun stuff. Yeah. Aside from that, I just want to shout out our campaign once again for Trans Life. We had a goal of $250. We have raised $275 thanks to all of you. So thank you all so much for helping us hit that goal and go above and beyond. The generosity of this community just never ceases to amaze me. You are all so fantastic. So thank you so much, all of you. I think that's everything. Until next time, everybody. Miguel, Isabel, Christian, thank you all so much. Sabina, if you're watching, if you hear this, hope you're doing well. All right.
Wonderful. Hope to see you next
time. So fantastic. All right. Thanks, everybody. Have a great night.